Welcome to Wealth Wisdom. If you have ambitions to achieve financial success, please leave "yes" in the comment, and we are here to help you obtain insight and build wealth. Today, we're going to break down one of the most popular budgeting methods out there, the 50-30-20th rule. You've probably heard people talk about it in personal finance books, on TikTok, or even from financial gurus. But here's the big question. Is it really the right method for you? By the end of this video, you'll not only understand how the rule works, but you'll also learn the pros, cons, and whether this system actually fits your life and financial goals. So, grab a notebook, because this one could change how you look at your money. What is the 50-30-20th rule? Let's start simple. The 50-30-20th rule is a budgeting guideline that divides your after-tax income into 3 buckets. 50% for needs, things you can't live without. This includes rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, insurance, and minimum debt payments. Basically, anything essential for survival and day-to-day functioning. 30% for wants, these are the fun things in life. Eating out, streaming subscriptions, vacations, hobbies, shopping, or upgrading your tech. They're not necessary, but they improve your quality of life. 20% for savings and debt repayment. This is where your future self benefits. Emergency fund contributions, retirement accounts, investments, and extra debt payments all fall here. So, if you bring home $3,000 a month after taxes, under the 50-30-20th rule, $1,500 goes to needs. $900 goes to wants. $600 goes to savings or paying down debt. It's a simple formula, and that's why so many people love it. Where did this rule come from? The 50-30-20th rule was popularized by Senator Elizabeth Warren in her book All Your Worth: The Ultimate Lifetime Money Plan. It was designed as a straightforward, no-excuses framework to help average Americans manage money without complicated spreadsheets. The appeal is clear. It's not intimidating, it doesn't require financial jargon, and it gives people an easy way to check if their spending is balanced. Why people love it? Now let's talk about why this rule has become a go-to budgeting method for so many. 1. Simplicity. It doesn't matter if you're new to money management. Anyone can take their income, multiply by 0.5, 0.3, and 0.2, and instantly see where their money should go. 2. Flexibility. You don't have to track every single dollar to the cent. As long as you're roughly within these percentages, you're doing okay. 3. Balance. Unlike extreme frugality advice, this method acknowledges that it's okay to spend on fun things. That 30% category is meant for enjoyment, because a financial plan that feels like punishment is harder to stick with. 4. Savings are built in. That 20% allocation makes sure you're always paying yourself first, whether that's through an emergency fund or retirement savings. The problems with the 50-30-20th rule. But here's the catch. The 50-30-20th rule doesn't work perfectly for everyone. 1. Cost of living issues. If you live in a high-cost city like New York, San Francisco, or Toronto, you know rent alone can take up 50% of your income. That leaves nothing for utilities, groceries, or transportation. Suddenly, the math just doesn't work. 2. Different income levels. If you're on a lower income, sticking to 30% for wants might not even be possible, because all your money is tied up in needs. On the flip side, if you earn a high salary, 30% on wants could encourage overspending instead of building wealth faster. 3. Debt-heavy lifestyles. If you're drowning in student loans or credit card debt, allocating just 20% to savings and debt repayment may not be aggressive enough to make real progress. 4. Life stages. Your needs change over time. A single person in their 20s has a very different budget compared to a couple with 2 kids. One-size-fits-all rules don't always reflect reality. Who is it right for? So, is the 50-30-20th rule right for you? It depends. This rule is best for beginners who want an easy starting point, people with stable, moderate incomes, anyone who wants a balanced approach without extreme restrictions, those who need a quick health check on their spending habits. But if you have a high cost of living, massive debt, or irregular income, you may need to adjust the percentages. And that's perfectly okay. Alternatives and adjustments. If the 50-30-20th rule doesn't fit your situation, you can tweak it. Here are some alternatives. The 60-20-20 rule. Great for people in expensive cities. You allow 60% for needs, while keeping 20% each for wants and savings. The 70-20-10 rule. If you're focused on aggressively saving, you spend 70% on needs and wants combined, while 20% goes to savings and 10% to debt repayment. The 80-20th rule. This is ultra simple. Save 20% of your income, spend the other 80% however you like. The point is, the 50-30-20th rule isn't about following it perfectly. It's about giving you a framework to work with. You can bend it to your lifestyle. Conclusion. So, is the 50-30-20th rule right for you? The answer is maybe. It's a fantastic starting point, especially if you've never budgeted before. But like any financial tool, it only works if it fits your reality. If your rent is sky high or you're racing to pay off debt, don't be afraid to adjust the numbers. What matters most is that you're being intentional with your money and making progress toward your goals. If you got value from this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more personal finance content, and let me know in the comments. Do you follow the 50-30-20th rule, or do you have your own system? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.